What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's go. Hey guys. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yes, yes, yes. We are back with another one. Y'all, so I'm the head Celeste Memorial. We're gonna look at a clip of that. Um I don't understand what's going on with this case. This case sounds like it's tainted or something. Something is not right. And it's just not looking right. It's just not looking right. You know, for some kind of reason they not trying to basically arrest, or they haven't even questioned David yet. Ain't even questioned him, ain't called him down to the station. Allegedly don't nobody even know where he at this point. That boy probably already fled the whole country. He probably out of here. Come on now. But it's definitely something going on. With all this technology we have and they can't find nothing, something just doesn't sound right. They don't know the cause of the death, because they were saying that her body was so, what is it called? Basically her body was sitting too long and they can't really find a cause of the death, and it's crazy to me. Like, even though her torso area and all of that was gone, but she didn't do this to herself. She didn't put her own self in that trunk of that car or frunk or whatever they call it. The girl did not do this by herself. Somebody need to have some answers, come up with some. They saying that she could have had a OD, a overdose or whatever. Like, and I'm still not understanding. Still, somebody put her in there and cut her limbs off so she won't be recognizable. Like, come on now, this is just getting out of control. This been going on for what, 3 weeks now? Tomorrow is the beginning of October, and nobody know anything. This crazy work. This is real crazy work. Somebody gotta know something. I'm not sure what's going on with the LAPD. This is not right. This is not fair. I feel as though that this young lady needs some kind of justice. Not only that, what happened to the pictures from the car? Because allegedly these Teslas have so much high technology cameras. Allegedly 9 of them. Nobody know nothing. Nobody seen nothing. Where is the videos? Where is the videos? Not only that, they didn't even grab up his phone, which we already know that he probably, erased everything out of there, but it goes to the cloud. We don't have no answers about what did they find on his computers and the different type of softwares that they brought out of there. All of these gadgets he had. Nobody knows nothing, or they not saying nothing at this point. But they had all this evidence. We still haven't heard about. I know they said that they was cleaning the drain and trying to see if they can find some blood. We still haven't heard. Was there anything on the sample? We haven't really heard anything too tough from the LAPD. But today, TMZ basically did talk to one of the boyfriend, allegedly ex-boyfriend that they met at 13 years old. All of this stuff around 13 and 11 years old. Obviously, this young lady was looking for an outlet. She was looking for somewhere to go, looking for love, probably in all the wrong places, because at that age, you trying to. He said that she was trying to do some be servious and stuff like that. But we about to get into it. I want to say rest in peace, Celeste. We're gonna look at a little bit of our memorial first, and then we're gonna get into some other things. Yeah, but this is the sad case. This is the sad case. It's almost like they don't want progress, or somebody just don't want to say anything. I don't know. This is really strange. This is really strange, you guys. I'm not sure what's really going on, but something just don't feel right. Um, some kind of answer should have been came out by now. They don't know how she passed. They don't know who did it. They don't know nothing. So everybody is just like waiting on the edge of their seat to see what the hell gonna happen because we already everybody have the one person that we believe that did something and that is David. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Everybody just believe that. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was in his stuff, in his car. His, come on. Come on. That's the first person that you question. Even though, okay, that's his alibi. He was on tour and all of this stuff. But we already know that a lot of his tour places where he was at wasn't like all the way, he wasn't out of the country, whereas though it's impossible. And then you don't perform all day long. So even still, allegedly, they were saying that he had time to go back to the house and stuff like that, and she was gone. They saying that she was, and they know that she was deceased for several weeks, several. Still not really saying how many weeks, but just several. Okay, we can take that. That's something to go off of. We can take that. We can eat that. You know. Okay. But that just seems like when he went on tour, all of a sudden she got missing. Come on now. It's something suspicious. That's suspicious. That's very suspicious. You know. So, people are really side eyeing him. Everybody but LAPD. But the people are watching, and we want answers, and the answers that we're getting is not adding up. It's just not adding up. Not only that, we done came so far with technology. You can find out anything now. Like, what is really going on? It's like, I'm not gonna say that they don't care, but it's just like it's very suspicious. Something else is going on right under our nose that we don't know. Because ain't no way. Nobody seen nothing. Nobody got no people who have most of I know them people got cameras, the neighbors, nobody seen anything. Now a whole nother video comes out and this is all the way from last year, a whole year. She been gone for a year. Now another video coming out saying how she was basically cursing out the neighbors, very belligerent, very mean. Was that one of the reasons why something happened to her? Did she get in David's ass and was like, yeah, because you ain't supposed to be messing with me anyway. Did they have an argument? What happened? That's all. I am interested in. This is like a movie, a scary movie, a movie that just doesn't have no ending, or nobody knows the end. You know how you watch these movies and you be like, well, you watched it to the end, but you're still confused at the end because what happened, and then did that person, what happened after the fact? So they just leaving us in suspense at this point. It's just it's out of control. I don't even know what to say, who to listen to, what the hell. And then she was not pregnant, allegedly, to according to what they saying. But they don't know nothing else. They just know she was in that car, in that trunk. They know she wasn't pregnant, and they know that she was missing since last year. But they can't tell us nothing else. This is insane. I have never, I have never seen nothing like this in my life. Ooh, chill. All right, let's get into this. Is a picture of her memorial. Haven't heard too much of a funeral yet, but they did have a memorial outside of the mom's house in the area where the mom lives. Yeah, I didn't play the music because you know how YouTube is, so I'm just gonna play that. Basically, I was giving y'all a glimpse of what her memorial looked like. Um, it was definitely beautiful. It's other shots that I didn't say, but it's I seen it on TikTok, so you can go on TikTok and just look up Celeste Memorial, because that's where I got it from. But yeah, it's different angles, But again, like I said, I can't play it all because most all of them have music. So obviously, they was playing music probably at the little memorial thing or whatever. Um, she had all this Hello Kitty stuff. It was beautiful flower arrangements. Oh, it was very nice. It was really nice, you know. So we still just don't have no answer. And they did release her body to the family, so I'm quite sure it'll be a funeral very soon. Um, the mom still got the GoFundMe up, so that's still running up. So she should have enough money for a nice funeral for Celeste. If this, at least you can do that. At least you can bury her well. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Yeah, man. This is like really sad. This is scary. And this is why a lot of people don't be liking to be dealing with the police and all of that stuff because stuff like this, it's no way that they don't know too much or nothing. Nothing. I just don't get this. This is strange to me. I don't know. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. But it's suspicious. A lot is suspicious. But yeah, let's get into the little TMZ interview that they did with the young man supposed to be Celeste X. He's 15 now. He's with his mom. They basically did an interview with TMZ not too long ago, so this is fairly new. But both of them looked very uncomfortable on this interview. Both of them looked it very comfortable. He's real close to her. They like real close, tight together. Maybe the questions probably was I want to say made him feel uncomfortable or made both of them feel uncomfortable. But yeah, let's get into it. This was wild, y'all. How both of them was just like Mom she looks like she very sad. It's a sad situation, you know.
Her mom didn't treat her well or whatever, and she didn't like where she was at.
Did she talk at all about her relationship with her parents?
Uh, kind of. She just said they were mean or whatever. She didn't like them.
What is your last memory that you have of Celeste?
Uh,
So you see how both of them look like they just look very nervous, like they look uncomfortable. Um, I just don't know. Just something about them too. You know, this the mom that got on there last week and she did a TikTok and she was saying that her son was dating Celeste and this is her and this is the son. But he was saying that Celeste wanted to be serious, you know, but you know, they 13. He not really, you know, trying to be serious like, but she wanted something serious allegedly out of his mouth. This is what he said. You know, at 13 years old, who's looking for a serious relationship? Celeste probably was just looking for a way out from away from her mother and away from that house. We still not sure what absolutely was going on. I know the brother said that the mom used to hit on her and stuff like that. But a regular beating is not, you know, I hate this house and this and the third. You know, some parents are strict and some kids just can't take it. Oh, I know, because I'm one of
we were at PE, and she told me and my friend that she was running away, and she said it was because of her parents, and she was like joking about it, and she was like happy, like joking like she always was, and like it didn't seem real because like she was like playing around, joking about it, and the next day she wasn't at school, and like that's the last time I saw her.
Yeah,
So
so she had run away as you.
you know, this story is a little. I don't know. I don't know really what to, even how to say it or what to make out of this because this ain't really too much. But that was the last time he seen her. But he did say that she said that she was going to run away, and at the end of it, he's going to say that basically he just wished that somebody could have did something, helped her out, basically. You know, he could have told someone that well, so let's say that she's going to run away. Now, mind you, they said that the school sent the CPS over there and all of this stuff, but they closed the case out. So, I mean, at that point, what can you do? Keep on calling them, keep on getting on their nerves, keep on shaking them down until they do something. Even with the police, they brought her back home and she ran away again. And the second time, they just act like that it wasn't a priority. But I'm not understanding why y'all didn't go get her from where y'all got her from before, or at least go look and see was she there, was she safe, and then keep moving. This shit shouldn't have happened. Period. Regardless if who David did it, anybody, the manager, whoever. This just wasn't something could have happened. I don't know where the longer length of it. I might have to go back on what you call 'em. But yeah, that could have been they could have been figured that out. But basically, I'm gonna try to find the longer length of the video because they only played a little bit on this TMZ clip. But yeah. So my thing is, you know, technology then raised the bar these days. They got cameras everywhere, streets, all of that stuff, and I'm just not understanding how nobody have no answers. Even if we don't have the answers to basically how she passed away, you still should have some evidence of who put her in that vehicle. And I'm quite sure that the toll place got cameras. Somebody had to put her in there most of these houses where they live got cameras. Somebody should have seen something. And they saying that the Teslas got all of these cameras. And how nobody ain't see nothing, nobody know nothing. I don't know if they saving all they juices until when they get the whole glass of tea and then they just gonna spill it all out. We don't know. Like everybody is just waiting to see what is going on. Celeste need justice. Um, it was rumors saying that it was like more than one person. It was like a group of them. You know what I'm saying? So we just don't know. Then they trying to say that she OD. Even if still she didn't get in that vehicle OD'd. And where is the rest of her body parts and why they wasn't attached to her? At the end of the day, it's just so sad. At the end of the day, it's just not making a lot of sense to me. A lot of this stuff is just not making sense. It's just not right. Um, just not right at all. Okay, so this video basically is showing, and then another like, where is the stuff that was on his computer? What did they find? I'm quite sure they found something. Give us something besides nothing. Let us know something. Y'all looking at a suspect. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all have a suspect in mind. They're not telling us anything, I swear. And it seems like, I don't know, like I said, if they not trying to alarm anyone or what is really going on, but we still haven't seen anything or know anything. Sometimes a lot of high profile um cases, they do like tend to hold on to the good stuff. But at this time, this is almost a month now that they found her. Something should have been let out. Nobody don't know nothing. Or y'all not, they not giving us like nothing. For real, for real. Only thing we know, she was not pregnant. Okay, that's fine. We understand that. But who did this? That's the main thing. So this is basically showing
And then I found this house on Zillow. I want to pay attention to the cameras. Let's pay attention to the cameras. So there's a ring camera on the door. There's also a camera above the door and a camera in the corner. Now I go up a few feet, just a few feet. I go up a few feet. The time frame changes, and you know, there's different cameras. There's a different camera there. There's a different camera above the door. And I go over to.
So we already know that they did say that basically the landlord guy or whoever's in charge of this home, he doesn't have the access to the camera because he basically when Dave and the manager allegedly moved in, they gave them the information so they can set it up in ways so they can handle the camera situation because he didn't want nobody to feel like he was invading their privacy, which is understandable. So where is the videos from these cameras? So nobody have none of that either. These is questions that we need answers because it's a lot of evidence look like it's just there and nobody is telling us what's going on. It's like I'm quite sure they found something. I don't care if somebody was dressed up like Hello Kitty, putting her in that vehicle. Somebody knows something. People just don't be in the body. I mean, and don't put their body in the vehicle and just leave themselves there. Was this a prank? Was this like, go play it, get up in there, get up in that car, and you stuck in there, or we forgot you was in there? Somebody have to know something. I mean, pranks do go wrong, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, then again, like with your arms gone, or with your, like, let me calm down. Somebody got to give us some answers. This is not cool at all. This is not cool. Like, I mean, you just can't tell us anything and just think we just gonna be like, oh, we gonna be quiet. Only thing is just gonna make the situation more people gonna look at it more because it's just not making sense.
Apple Maps, the car's gone. Well, pay attention to the camera. Look, it looked like it was snatched out. I don't know if that was the police that took it to part of their investigation to review the cameras, but the cameras are gone, which is really weird. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I just find it super weird. You know, look, the cameras are gone, ripped out. No ring camera on the door either, which is crazy.
So that is definitely crazy because it looked like they was there at first. So now they are gone and nobody knows where they did the, like, again, like he had a good scenario. Did the police get him? Where are the cameras? Mind you, Dave on tour, so he couldn't have took him down. So would he send somebody to his house to take him down? And allegedly, this was a party house. So, and that Josh, the manager, he made it clear that I ain't have nothing to do with nothing that's going on. I didn't stay there. I didn't do this, and I didn't do anything. So I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know who vehicle that was. He don't know nothing. He got kids that's, a child, a girl that's 14 himself. But I. So, who else could you be insinuating? You saying I ain't do this and I ain't do that. So who else could have did anything? So allegedly he was saying that basically on his little tyrant that he wrote on the post, instead of coming out and saying it with his mouth, with his chest, you know, I ain't do nothing. And there's other people that basically, and this is what he said in his, hey, Swecko, there's other people that had access to that vehicle. And once again, the police didn't question him. They didn't question David either. So that's what I'm saying. What is really going on, y'all? What is really going on? It's just not adding up. It's not making sense. This is just getting out of control. Because the main people that should have been questioned haven't been. And not even only that, they said that Dave allegedly supposed to called the car and stolen. And when was this? Because nobody have no record of that. This is just hearsay. This is another allegation. Nobody knows anything about that because the police don't have no record of that. The car got ticketed for being in that spot, and then it got ticketed again. Then they told it. Because from my understanding, hi Missy and hi Bush Baby, please hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button. Yeah, please hit the like button. So, from my understanding, on certain days, um, you have to move the car so they can like do the clean sweep. You know how they come. Like on Tuesdays, you might have to move your car from this side and between the hours of 11 to 3 or something like that. So when this vehicle haven't been moved, it got ticketed that first week, and then it got ticketed that second week, and I guess they came and picked it up that next week. Okay, so if that car was sitting there a way long time before that. Who was moving it then? It didn't get ticket then. They only got 2 tickets in August. And that's how it got took in September the 8th. Well, it's one the end of August and it's one for the beginning of September. So, who was basically moving it then? If it didn't get ticketed before, now all of a sudden it got ticket. Was it not there? Come on, make this stuff make sense, y'all. Help me. Help me. Yes, this is just, it's terrible. It's terrible, y'all. It's just a lot of things that's just not being answered. And we have discoveries and people is online calling shit out. Like literally calling stuff out. I don't even know if the authorities even care. I don't know. But again, something is not adding up. So we about to go into the this is supposed to be one of Celeste's ex-boyfriends. Now mind y'all, I told y'all earlier that the mom spoke out first and did like a TikTok and was saying how her son was basically a friend of hers. Now today they saying that he was the boyfriend or the ex-boyfriend. They didn't date that long. From what he's saying, he's going to tell y'all. But this was the mom that came out last week and was saying that her son was good friends with Celeste, and she was basically said that this had happened to her. She sounded like she's genuinely saddened by this. And both of them sitting here looking uncomfortable. This probably their first interview or their first time being on like a media outlet or, you know what I'm saying? So they just look disheveled. They don't look too comfortable, which is understandable. But I don't know, do we believe this story or not? Because again, now all of a sudden, that video from way last year just popped out again. And that was all the way from September when Celeste was fussing her neighbors out. So was that put up there or put out there to try to make it look like Celeste was like basically enraged or a bad girl or basically very disrespectful? Like, what was the point of that? I'm not sure. They trying to show what kind of character she is or was. And who put it out? And why was it, why right now at this point? That video was way from last year, a whole year ago. So what would make them, somebody just dropped it like they dropping some jewels? I mean, I'm just not understanding that part either. Because it seems like somebody is really trying to make her be out as the bad guy. Or, I don't know. And then a couple people were saying that it looked like she was, sounded like by her voice. And she was sounding like she was slurring a little bit, but it was sounding like she was a little intoxicated. That's what people were saying. But even if she was, that's no here or there, she still didn't deserve to be unalived or be found like that. Even if she did overdose, these days you don't get in trouble for that. You know, if you call the police and they, you know, secure the situation and get the situation and understand what's going on, nobody gets in trouble. But then when you cutting on somebody or taking off body parts and stuff like that, and you only got pieces of, that's where the problem is. Nobody knows who did that. Allegedly. We need some answers. She ain't do it to herself. All right, but listen to him, y'all.
And then we started talking
How did you meet Celeste?
through a friend.
Tell me how that whole relationship started.
She was, I guess,
This was
she liked me
today.
or she was looking for someone, and yeah, she just, we started talking.
And what school was this in?
Lakeland Village.
Was she sweet? Was she kind? Was she bubbly? What do you remember about her?
She was really kind, and she said she wanted something serious.
And how old were you when you met her?
13 or 14.
So, at what point did you feel,
Who
or
else?
did you hear from Celeste that there were problems at home?
She wanted something serious at 13. She wanted something serious. Like she wanted to get married. Like what the hell is serious? At 13. She wanted something serious. Now we all been 13 before. We ain't looking for who to looking for something serious. Because when you 13, you probably got this guy you talking to, this guy you like, you got a crush on this one. You know, your emotions and your everything is just all over the place. You just turned 13. You just turned a teenager. She wanted something serious. How? And this is another thing that just kicks me in my butt. Allegedly, she's supposed to met David around 11 on the fortnight and this, that, and the third, right? But she looking for something serious with you at 13, but she met him at 11. Come on now. Somebody playing. It's not making sense. But like I said, when you're 13, you know, you like this guy, you probably like that one, you probably play with this one, he hey ha ha, and all of that stuff. You know, you're 13, but still, how did? Come on, y'all. Come on now. 13.
She said how her mom didn't treat her well or whatever, and she didn't like where she was at.
Did she talk at all about her relationship with her parents?
Uh, Kind of. She just said they were mean or whatever. She didn't like them.
And then you guys broke up, and the next thing you know, you find out that she's involved with this internet sensation, David.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna happen, like at all.
Now, allegedly, he didn't think it was going to happen because allegedly, a lot of her friends already knew that she was talking to David on the Fortnite thing. A lot of the friends, but like he said, he didn't know that it was going to happen. Oh, I can think. Okay, I can feel that a little bit, you know, because just because she's talking to him on Fortnite and he's the older dude, maybe they not gonna hook up. I don't think it's gonna happen. And she's 11. Well, I met her at 13, but she was talking to him at 11, and almost everybody in the school knew. A lot of her friends knew it, even the teacher. So I don't think that that's gonna happen because he's in LA and we in over here in Texas somewhere in the boonies. So I don't think that it's gonna happen. Okay, I mean that's what a 13-year-old would, you know. Okay, I got it.
Because like she was always like so happy and stuff.
What is your last memory that you have of Celeste?
We were at PE, and she told me and my friend that she was running away, and she said it was because of her parents, and she was like joking about it, and she was like happy, like joking like she always was, and like it didn't seem real because like she was like playing around, joking about it, and the next day she wasn't at school, and like that's the last time I saw her.
Did it break your heart that you were not going to be with her, or did you feel upset about losing the relationship?
Not really.
Most say not really. Now, mind you, he's 15 now. He said not really because he probably already knew at the end of the day her feelings was going over to basically David. You know, a lot of these kids, some of them is coming out and some of them not. You know, and then some of them they were saying that David would pay them off. He would come to the school and pick her up sometimes. So it wasn't like ain't nobody know. So that's why he probably like not really, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I knew that she really probably liked David more than me. So not really. I'm not really. You know what I'm saying? Uh, this is a mess.
It was kind of clear that we're like better as friends, but um, it was kind of sad that I wasn't able to like say goodbye, or like see how she was doing, like when she ran away.
What was your reaction?
So did y'all hear him? He said it was clear that we were best friends, but they got him on here as an ex-boyfriend. So it was already clear to him that they was best friends. Pay attention.
When you saw the breaking news that they had found your ex-girlfriend's body in the trunk of his car?
My heart dropped. I was like, I don't know. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, I kind of had a feeling when I saw like the first thing. I was like, what if it is her? But I just like brushed it off. But when I saw it really was her, I was like, damn, I really knew.
So let me just make sure I'm understanding this correctly. You had seen the news out of Los Angeles that a body was found in his car,
Yeah,
and you immediately had a sinister thought about Celeste?
yeah, because one of my friends told me.
Were you at home with your mom when they identified Celeste and you saw it all over the news? Can you remember that moment for us?
Yeah, I was on the way to school, and then like she just like showed me, and like I took a picture of it and I sent it to one of my friends, and he's like, yeah, I saw it too. It's crazy, and I just couldn't believe it.
So this has been the talk of the school.
Yeah,
Just the fact it was someone that my son was so close to at one time and how everything happened.
Yeah, but this wasn't something new to the school. Most of the kids knew. They knew David. They probably had talked to David and stuff like that. And then a lot of them played the game Fortnite with David and Celeste. So I mean, it wasn't like it was far fetched. We just trying to understand what happened to her. You know what I'm saying? Like what happened. Even though, like, I don't know, being as though that she's gone and she can't really say that David and I was messing with each other since this age and that and all of this stuff. But I don't know if he can still be in trouble for basically dealing with a minor at that young such of an age. I'm not sure about that, you know what I'm saying? Because again, she can't he can say anything. He can say we wasn't together like that. We was not like, you know, on no actual relationship or stuff like that. We was just friends. That was my best friend. He can say the same thing. He said that was my best friend. So we don't know, you know what I'm saying? We know we heard different stories and stuff like that, but we don't know now. But he can easily deny that because Celeste ain't even here to basically say anything yeah or nay or yeah or no. Like yeah, if they was in a actual relationship, so that's like kind of like far fetched because a lot of people are stating that he can still get in trouble for basically grooming and messing with a minor and stuff like that. But he can put his own spin on it and say that was not my girlfriend. And then he had the other Celeste that was of age. So it's like she was the decoy. I don't know, y'all. This is really tough. This is really tough. So it's just a lot with this story. Because Celeste ain't here to basically give her story. We alleged and seen she had the ring, then she got the tattoo and all of this stuff and this and the third. And then from what I heard that, um, what's his name don't even have no tattoo. So he could have got it removed. All of this, he probably got it removed the same day they found her. You know what I'm saying? It's a mess. This whole thing is crazy. It's like a movie. You trying to see what's going to happen next. You waiting to see what's going to happen next because this girl did not do this to herself. That's on period. Like runaway, and a lot of times with runaways, they tend to throw you away. Like you'll run away. While I look for you, you gonna keep on doing it, and this, then, and third. We not gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're not even gonna waste our time on this again. We already brought her back. She went back, and you know what? Our hands, we gonna just let it alone. That's messed up. They dropped the ball.
It's kind of scary. It's really close to home. And if it could happen to her, it could happen to anyone. And
Yeah.
everyone just needs to be very careful on social media.
What about you? What do you think about at night when this kind of flashes through your mind?
I just think, like, if someone actually, like, did something, like when she said she was gonna run away, because I feel like no one cared.
Did y'all hear him? He said they was in PA, and she told him that she was going to run away. She told him that she was going to run away, and he just said he just wished somebody could have stepped in and do something. But she told you that she was going to run away. You had the opportunity to let somebody know that she said that she was going to run away because it was already like premeditated. If she told him that she was going to run away, she already knew she was going to run away. So now he wished somebody could have said something. Somebody like you could have said something. Maybe all of this stuff, would have. She probably would have ran away again. Who knows? But at the end of the day, maybe they could have put her somewhere where instead of with a grown ass man, where she probably would have rather been. I mean, it's group home for kids. It's different little programs that they can probably get into. She could have probably got emancipated by the age of 15 and did her own thing or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's programs out here. My kids ran away a couple times, because when these kids get 13s and all of that stuff and the teenage years and this, that, and the third, they get rebellious. They don't want to listen. They just want to do what they want to do, but they don't understand. It's a harsh world out here. And as parents, we try to protect them from different things that's out here. And I mean, sometimes at the end of the day, we have to basically just let them find out on their own, but that still don't mean for her to be unalive, but yeah, I mean, sometimes we can't do too much. You gotta try to make the child stay in. Try to make the child make sure you got the tracker on their phone. These kids, they so advanced. They know how to take the tracker off. They know how to do different things. Why you take the tracker off? Oh, because I don't know. You took it off because you didn't want nobody to find you. At the end of the day, they got to realize that this is a dangerous world. The world is not the same from years ago. You're not safe here no more. You're not safe. These children is keep on being victims to certain different situations that they shouldn't be. And I mean, we try as a parent. Her mother called several times, and I'm not gonna say that her mother probably didn't spank her and this, that, and the third. Which I mean, if you out of line, sometimes you need a spanking. They bringing spankings back to you. They bringing it back. They bringing it back. Because they stopped the spankings for a while. And the kids is all the way out of control. They don't respect you, the teacher, the principal, the police. They don't respect nobody. Some of them, I'm not gonna say all of them, but some of them, they just don't have that respect. They don't have them consequences. Okay, you gonna whip me? I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna call the police and this, that, and the third, and then we get in trouble as the parent, just trying to discipline our kid and try to keep them safe. I'd rather to give them a beating than to be having a funeral. So, you gotta weigh out your options, you know what I'm saying? But these kids is different these days, regardless, you can try to explain that to them and all of that stuff, and it goes in one ear and out the other. Like, they act like we ain't never been kids before, but again, it ain't as dangerous as it is. I mean, it was dangerous, but it wasn't like it is now. You know, kids are getting trafficked, stolen. unalived for no daggone reason. Like, because what could that girl have done to be in that position that she was in? And her brother basically, I think I showed that the last time I did a live. He was crying because he was saying that she wanted to come home. She wanted to come home. And when you want to come home and you're dealing with somebody that's possessive or narcissist and this and the third, you don't have no option to go home. And then you already seen, I'm quite sure y'all seen the video, she was a little feisty little one. If I want to leave, if I want to leave, I want to leave. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, what you talking about? And they was like, we ain't no niggas. Like, we Southside. Like, what the hell? We ain't no niggas. Stop talking black. Stop talking black. And she was going at them. She was going at them, like, and they was like, go ahead, little girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you a little girl, go ahead, little girl. Then somebody was like, I'm going to call your father. And she still wasn't budging. Like, I don't care who you call. Like, hey, she was feisty, and maybe we gotta jam that. We don't know. That's what I'm saying. We don't know. They ain't even say like if she had bruises on her body or anything like that, because allegedly they don't know what's the cause of death, or blunt force trauma. They didn't say anything. Shot, stabbed. Well, we know she was cut up, allegedly. Maybe she was cut alive. Who knows? They need to find out this information. Somebody need to know something. Because maybe she was alive when she got cut up. They saying that they don't know and all of this stuff. We don't know. Because the body set so long in the heat, and the skin probably was deteriorating. She probably was like almost like bones and ashes, but something, I don't know. I don't know, because I done seen them do an autopsy on a skeleton brain, on, you know what I'm saying, and determine the cause of death. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the technology is so improved now. This is not the 1960s and stuff like that. You can tell, like, if the brain, if like a person was, I don't know. It's stuff, it's things in ways that you can tell what happened to a person. People know what be happening to corpse. So how you not know what happened to a young girl? She wasn't even in corpse form, but her body probably was damaged from the heat and all of that stuff. But you can't tell nobody nothing. With all these cameras that the Tesla's supposed to have, I don't know. So with the Tesla wasn't running, so if the battery did, that mean that the camera ain't gonna work, right? So maybe that was another part of it, because I don't understand. These Teslas supposed to be so advanced and all of these smart cars and this, that, and the third. And they were saying like how these Teslas got all of these cameras on there. But I'm not understanding how they don't know nothing. Nobody can say nothing. At least who put it in there, or who was around that vehicle at that time, the several weeks ago, because they probably got to go to several weeks ago. And then it's a lot. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Don't at me. Then the mom allegedly had a statement saying that how basically David was kind of like, I ain't gonna say artistic, but when he was younger, this is why she pulled him out of school. He was allegedly hearing voices and would do things that was out of his nature as a child and out of character. So she took him out of school, and that's when she homeschooled him, or got him homeschooled, because he was having so many issues in school, and these were issues like, he was hearing things, hearing stuff. And maybe then he probably needed exorcism when he was younger. He's what child be hearing stuff, but she took him out of school because he was having issues and problems there. And then he got homeschooled and stuff like that. And being homeschooled, that's more like sheltered. You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh, you don't really be around your peers. You getting older, you want to be around people. You want to be accepted. You want to have friends. Being homeschooled, especially when you become a teenager and stuff like that, you're not living the natural school life. You're not living around like you can hang out with your school friends after school. Y'all walk home, y'all have fun, talk, and have giggle and all of that stuff. He didn't have that because you were homeschooled, and now that probably played the part with a whole lot that's going on in his brain. Feeling alone, not being around people your age. That can damage your child too. That can do some damage, you know. But I just hope they find some answers for us. We definitely need some answers. So yeah, I showed the memorial. So hopefully, I'm not sure or heard anything about a funeral for Celeste, but I definitely will check that out. Um, it's just crazy. And then don't forget the fact about these lyrics and stuff like that he was writing and stuff like that. Like that gotta mean something.
Information is coming out about Celeste, Ritas Hernandez, and David. And this one is
Definitely.
pretty crazy, and it's going to leave people with a lot of questions. I was scrolling the David Reddit to see if anybody found any new
All right,
information.
I got one more.
Came across this post, which is actually crazy. So this
Got one more video for you guys before we head on up out of here. All right, let's see. Yeah, but this story is very interesting. It's very interesting. I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
about Celeste, Ritas Hernandez, and this one is pretty crazy, and it's going to leave people with a lot of questions. I was scrolling the David Reddit to see if anybody found any new information, and I came across this post, which is actually crazy. So this man said that he found this Tesla card right in front of David's house this morning. He said, I live pretty close to David's place, and I just wanted to go check out the area, and ended up finding this Tesla key right in the gutter behind some leaves. And he added all of these pictures with this post, and he's saying that he found it in here and it was covered up with leaves. A picture of where he was standing outside David's house that David just moved out of with his manager, and even turns it around so everybody can see the house a little bit more. And everybody is freaking out like, oh my gosh, this man is touching this card with his bare fingers. They are grilling him on that, and then they also want to know, hey, are you turning this into police? Because this could be a huge deal. And this man came back and updated everybody that he did call the police, and he uploaded a picture of this phone call, which is the number for the LAPD non-emergency complaints. He said he gave the card to the police for their investigation. I am so shocked that somebody found this. Like, it's absolutely crazy to think about. But where he is saying he found this is like really, really sketchy to me. And now I feel like it's leaving us with more and more questions that we've already had since the beginning of this whole entire thing. To me, it seems like somebody purposely put this Tesla card for whatever reason into this hole and then maybe covered it with leaves. Or I'm wondering now, did somebody else have access to his car with this key card? Because you can use your phone as a key for the Tesla.
So my thing is, what if Celeste had it? What if Celeste was, I don't even know if she not old enough to drive, but that don't mean that she can't drive. Because, some of these kids be knowing how to drive. 12-year-olds, they steal cars and all of this stuff. So at 12, and then we had an 11-year-old boy did it one time, but he crashed it, But some of these children, they be knowing how to drive, but they just not old enough to have a license. So did he leave the key card with Celeste? when he went to go on tour. Like, it's just a lot of dynamics because, again, you have other people that allegedly supposed to have been in this house too, because I heard that this house was like a party house and it was like a nuisance to the community. But nobody really called the police because there's no records from the police basically saying that this house was a party house, or this was a nuisance house. They running in and out all night. They out there smoking weed, being loud, and music playing all night long and stuff like that. But they was saying that this was like a party house and stuff like that. But how did the cart get over there? Who put it over there? Who stashed it? And not only that, did it fall out somebody's pocket as they was probably doing what they doing around that vehicle? And oh, and that's probably why he said it was stole, because the car probably was stole, but the car was not. And even still, if somebody stole your key card, he still didn't report it to the police. So that's another reason why I'm like, why he was in question, regardless if he was on a tour. Come on, y'all.
Technically wouldn't need the card if you had the app downloaded. My mind goes to, okay, well, let's think if somebody never had the app and let's just say they used the card the whole entire time. What if they dropped it and it somehow went into this hole? And this is why maybe potentially the car was never moved, like what the neighbors were saying, because they couldn't find the key card. But in my opinion, I feel like somebody would have to purposely put this key in this hole for whatever reason. The whole situation about the car is just really confusing to me.
I don't think it was there put purposely. I think it probably was a mistake, like it probably fell out somebody's pocket or something like that. Because again, just like she said, like I said earlier, now the car have to be moved on certain days so they can sweep the street. The sweep sweepers come and clean the street with the machine. So you have certain days that you have to move the car, but the car didn't have no problem into the end of August. So somebody had to be moving it then and putting it back or whatever they was doing to it, because it never got a ticket into now. And then they got one at the end of August and one in the September. And then they moved it. And then after that, that's when they found Celeste in there. So help me. Somebody had to been moving it because it didn't get a ticket before.
At the end of the day, it just leaves me with a lot of questions. So we heard some of the neighbors say that it smelled around where the car was, and this is one of the reasons why they ended up calling about this car being abandoned. And a lot of them described it as a sewer smell. And the first time that this car was reported by somebody, the caller called in, and they didn't say anything about the smell, but they did say that this car has been sitting and it has a dent in the back of it. And this was on August 26th of 2025 that somebody placed this phone call reporting this vehicle as abandoned. And then they come out to this Tesla on August 27th, the next day, and they mark the tires with chalk to see if it moves. Then they come back out on 9/3 to see if the car moved, and this is when they issue a citation and they report that it does have that dent on the back of the Tesla. But they do not come back to tow that Tesla away until 9/6 of 2025. For telling me there is 3 different times that people were around this car and nobody really reported it smelling so horrid like they did just a couple of days later. To me, it's really, really odd, but we are learning new details, which kind of lines down that timeline. And now the fact that we are seeing that somebody found a Tesla card right outside of its house is absolutely crazy. But y'all let me know what you guys think about all this. And
Yes, definitely crazy. This is crazy work. This is crazy work. My whole thing, I'm just surprised that LAPD can't find anything, or they can't tell us nothing. They don't know what was the reason why. But maybe now that the car got the dent and all of this stuff, what if she was ran over? But still, the body should have had some damage or something, or maybe the damage was in the legs. That's why it was just her torso in her up top, and I don't know, y'all. This is dangerous work. This is somebody had to do their homework for them to basically have her in that car for them days. So somebody might just walk away unscathed, no jail, no nothing, and then 10 years from now you're gonna do it again. Like, make it make sense. This is crazy because once KILLER get away with it, they always do it again. Always. It just never fails. And then when they get caught, then you're gonna be like, now you want to bring this stuff up and all of this stuff. But I believe a lot of things was pushed up under the rug. I believe this is some crazy work going on. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Yeah, but this story is basically getting out of control. It's basically getting out of control. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe. Please subscribe. And also hit the hype me up button. Hype me up. Hype me up. I hype you up. Hype me up. Come on, let's go. Y'all. But this is some messy stuff. This is crazy work. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going on. We just still sitting waiting. Like, this is it's very interesting. I don't think I've seen anything like this and all my life. Like, this is crazy. And again, we got all this technology out here and we just still stuck at a point nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows what's going on. I mean, this is absolutely insane. And that's another thing. Whoever the guy is that found the key card or whatever, did they come and get it? Did they test it? Did they even respond? Because if he called the non-emergency number, sometimes they don't follow up and do, what I'm saying? It's a non-emergency because it was a non-emergency, but at the end of the day, I probably would have called the regular, you know what I mean? Or went to the station and just took it there. Because obviously he had to live in that area or in that in LA some kind of way and just took it to the police station. Because holding on some evidence like that will make you eerie. It'll make you feel funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what kind of bed juju on there. But yeah, y'all. Anybody got any last comments or whatever? I did put the chat up if anybody wants to jump on along and get in here. If not, we about the hotel. Yeah, but yeah. It's just it just sickens me. The whole story. But yeah, hopefully for the replay game, make sure y'all hit the like buttons and hype me up. And subscribe if you ever haven't. But this is gonna be one for the books. We just still waiting. And then we got other cases coming up. So, but I just I don't know, y'all. This is just it's sad. It's really sad. They can't even and when the story first hit, they were saying that the LAPD basically have a good turnover. Like for us though they solve at least 90% of their crimes that happens in LA, and this is one of them that they don't even know. Like they can't even really give us unless they holding on to some good information. But at this time, the little bit of stuff that we getting out, and then we getting it from TMZ and like other people. Like we are not. They didn't have a press conference or anything. So we not really getting no good information. Not saying that TMZ not a good source, but at the end of the day, we not getting no real results that we looking for. We need the meat and potatoes. We need the everything, and we only getting really nothing, bits and pieces, a little here, a little there. Well, she wasn't pregnant. Well, she wasn't this. Well, this happened. This that that. We not getting no suspect, no person of interest, nothing. Oh well, maybe they ain't say, you know, that she OD, but maybe she OD. But she didn't. Even if she did, who did that to her body, and why would they hide it and not try to get her no help if they even cared for her? That's crazy work. And where is David? Why he's not saying anything? He not saying like, I'm sorry for the family loss. That was my friend. I met her on Fortnite. Everybody know you did. They had screenshots of him and her corresponding on Fortnite. Like, like they was they had a bond. So you ain't gonna come out and say anything? You just gonna just let it just ride? You don't have no sympathy in your heart? Whew. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I ain't even gonna argue. I'ma just try to keep on listening to the facts that's coming out every now and then, you know. But I have a speculation. I have a theory. I have, I already told y'all what I thought on my other lives, about this situation. But I haven't changed it. I had two different theories. I ain't changed them. But at the end of the day, we still is nowhere. We still know nothing. We back to the drawing board. And I mean, they just because you a runaway, that don't mean you a throwaway, and that's just how I feel. Just because she was a runaway doesn't mean that she was a throwaway, and they need to do their due diligence and find out what the hell happened to her. That's it. That's all. But yeah, y'all. On that note, I'm getting up out of here. I love you guys, and everybody be safe. Make sure you check on your people. Keep your family close, and make sure you keep God closer. And make sure you pray. And I love y'all. Everybody be safe.
Flashing cameras roll, she got moves that steal your soul and drill for fun. Let it